Well, I just don't like tearing down camp in the rain. Hopefully the rain noise in the background isn't too distracting. So I'm gonna wait it out this morning and see how long it takes. Hopefully not too long, but even if it takes till forecasted time, which is like 3 o'clock, I'll still be able to make some progress today. Hopefully my tent isn't making me look too red. But I've learned a lot after being on this journey for about a month now. I've learned that routine is good, but schedules can be stressful. I've learned to commit to each paddle stroke. That is, to make every motion intentional and purposeful. And that can be, you can see it as a metaphor, but it also applies to paddling, especially when you're tired. It's about efficiency. I've learned that people are really nice when you have a story to tell. And most of all, I've learned that attitude is pretty much everything when you're on an adventure by yourself. It's the difference between a good time, a great time, or a not so great time.
Who wouldn't want to have a great time? I mean, really, it's duh.
Well, seeing as how I spent most of the day waiting out the weather, and even though it's pretty nice out right now, it's already almost 3 o'clock. So I decided a little while ago to go through my bag and kind of consolidate all of the stuff that I haven't used yet now that I've been on the water for about a month. I plan on getting rid of it somewhere, somehow. Details, I don't really know. It's pretty late in the day to start thinking about progress and whatever, but I got like 4 hours before it's gonna get dark. And after repacking my bag, who wouldn't want to test it out? And I really kind of want to get closer to a town, preferably with a post office, so that I can get rid of some of the stuff that I decided I don't want anymore. So I stopped in Lansing, and the owner of this bar was nice enough to let me set up camp underneath of the overhang in the back. I need to get another cord for my phone because it broke again. But the place is only open 9 to 5, so I gotta do it in the morning. I made it into town. I got my charger, headed back for the river. Hopefully this one lasts a little bit longer. Well, the wind has kept me from pretty much going anywhere today. I'm here on Pool 9 where I thought I would be a couple days ago. And I'm paddling hard but barely making any progress across it. I gotta be real with you guys. I think for the first time my whole trip I'm feeling pretty frustrated. I mean, I know it's not a race or anything, but I really thought I'd be further this week. Here I am on the backside of a mile marker, just kind of hiding from the wind because there's not any beaches around to stop on. And yeah, I've been kind of beating myself up over not making very much progress the last few days for different reasons, because of the wind, because my phone cord broke, so I had to stop in Lansing, which, I had a real good opportunity to cross Pool 9 yesterday, but it just didn't work out. But realistically, I gotta get somewhere that I can camp. After a couple of frustratingly slow days, I can finally see Loch 9, but I stopped here in a small town, looks like it's called Lynxville, and I'm gonna see about getting like my thermos filled with coffee to maybe just paddle through the night when there's no wind. Well, the wind is dying down a little bit at a time finally. I've got an energy drink and I've got a thermos full of coffee. I think I'm just gonna paddle until I just can't paddle anymore. Well, here I am, finally, after a few frustrating days, fighting the weather and the pool and everything to get here. I'm at lock number 9, which feels like an accomplishment. That pool is huge, and I've had definitely some challenges getting here. Well, last night was definitely interesting. I paddled until about 2 in the morning when it started to storm. I took cover under that bridge behind me there in Marquette, Iowa. And paddling at night was a lot more difficult than I had anticipated, that's for sure. I followed the shoreline most of the way, which added a little bit of mileage, but not really enough to worry about. The moon was great until it got tucked behind the trees, and then the stars worked out just fine until the clouds came in and I used a flashlight to sort of scout out the different sections of the shoreline as I was paddling until I started to see barges. The barges coming head on were a little bit scary because they would spotlight me and I kind of went blind for a minute. And then a barge came from behind and I almost go just as fast as the barges. And he had a spotlight on me for a couple of hours. And from behind, it was shining up the shoreline. And so I didn't have to use my flashlight, I could just paddle. And it was awesome. The barge did end up passing me, but by that time I had reached Marquette and it was starting to storm, so I stopped. I stopped for only a few hours. It's about 5:30 now, and I'm back on the river, and there's no wind. There was wind overnight, so I don't think I'll be doing that again because it really wasn't worth the hassle, I don't think. But I made it, and here we go with another day. Well, it started to get windy and I started to get hungry, so I stopped for lunch on this island after about 6 hours of paddling so far today. So I've been all about making progress yesterday and today, but I may have just spent 3 hours talking on the phone at the end of Loch 10. Pretty happy to be in the double digits. The pool before Loch 10 was no big deal. There was a bit of a headwind, but that's gone now, so I'm gonna paddle until I don't even know when. I just want to spend as much time in good conditions paddling as I can after I had those 4 or 5 days in a row that I couldn't make any progress. The beard's coming in nice, I think. Well, I'm at the boat landing in the small town of Cassville. It's about 7 o'clock, and I think I made good enough time to make it to Loch 11 tomorrow. Well, let's talk about something I learned the hard way. When the conditions are good, paddle hard. That is, if you've got a tailwind and you've got current under your canoe, or blessed be the river if you've got both of them goddamn things, take advantage of it and get as far as you can. Paddle hard when you don't have to paddle hard, because when there's a strong headwind, you kind of have to paddle hard just to keep your boat straight. But you're not going to be getting real far. I mean, I kind of wasted a couple of really nice days just drifting along when I really could have made a lot of progress in some really nice conditions, instead of just wasting all my energy fighting Mother Nature when she's fighting me back. That, and always sleep on the opposite side of the river from the train. There is always a train. Well, this has been kind of a longer video, and I apologize if that bothered you, but I didn't want to split up the kind of continuous day that I've had here, from paddling until 2 a.m., getting back up at 5 and going again. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Make sure you are following me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and at travelingafro.com. I will see you next time.